Hello, what is up, party people? So, today is a first on this channel, and it is a technical analysis of a viewer of mine, which is kind of weird for me to even say. But she asked if I did online coaching. I said no, but if you'd like to send me some like one or two videos, I can just analyze them real quick. Nothing like too crazy or in depth, just like pointing out a couple of things you can improve on, in my opinion. Um, and that's what I'm here to do. So this one is a discus video, and the next one I'll do right after this is a shot put video. So, um, if you guys would like to, would like me to do this for you guys, then I'd be happy to do it. Just let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's get to it. So let's watch this a couple times. All right. So overall, not that bad. She said that she throws like 140 and then like 40 feet in shot. So, really good numbers for a high school thrower. Girl or boy. But especially for a girl that's really good. She said she's 5'8" with like a 6'2" wingspan. So I believe you because you literally look like you have a really large wingspan. I coach a girl kind of like that. I think she's like 5'10" and a little. I think maybe has a wider wingspan or relatively the same. She throws like 150 and 43. So, but she's a junior, so she's going into her senior year. So, I have experience kind of coaching people around your dimensions. And one of the biggest things I said to you in the comment section was tempo. And you can see here your tempo is you're asking me like how fast or how slow you can go. You're kind of going like one speed here. I like that the speed is slow. But you're not really accelerating, and I think that's where a lot of your problems come from. So a lot of technical problems come from the fact that people don't actually accelerate through the throw. And accelerating doesn't mean just go super fast. It means accelerate. It means go slow to fast. Now, that's relative. Like Joe Kovac's slow to fast. I consider him probably top 3 fastest shot putters to ever live. Rotational wise. So, like, me comparing, like, my speed, for example, out the back compared to his speed out the back, those are two completely different animals. But he is going slow out the back relative to him because he still accelerates through the ring. He's just an absolute monster. So it's just two different things. So, but every pro does this. They all accelerate. And that's the difference between like throwing super, super far and not, and like kind of just being average is tempo. All right. So I'd say that's like your biggest problem is you're just going one speed. It's nice that you can go slow, but I'm going to show you how to go faster correctly without just trying harder. Sometimes it is just as simple as just trying harder, but there are actual positions that you need to hit. So, right here, this wind, good. I don't mind it. I would prefer your left foot not go up on the tippy toe and just stay on the ball of the foot. Just so you're just a little more balanced and you just limit the amount of, like motion that you have to do. Because you see, like, you're still on the top, like, you're still on, like, the very top of your foot. You're not on the ball of your foot, so you don't actually get over your left, like, you don't actually have weight over your left foot until, like, here. Alright, so I would say wind maybe get a little lower in your wind, like, bend your knees a little bit more, get into, like, a quarter squat position, and just feel both feet, like, actually on the ground. Like, your right side is perfectly fine. And the level you're winding, I mean, that's fine too. That's fine. Maybe the discus, like, let me get a straight line. maybe like here, so like more of like, think of like you're a scarecrow, so both feet, not both feet, both arms like level like this, and just keep that same level. But I mean, people whine like this and have success, so I don't really think that's much of a problem. And you seem to know how to release the discus, obviously, because you throw 140. So I mean, you obviously know some, like, you obviously know the basics. But yeah, I would say this is a really big problem, because I think this sets up for the rest of the problems of your throw. I like that you keep the left arm inside the left knee. A lot of throwers do that. Me personally, I don't coach that, but you know, my favorite thrower of all time, Gerd Cantor, does that. So you know, who am I to say? But it is a thing people do. So you keep it inside until here. So actually, that's really good. That's really good. I like that, using the left side. I would like this left arm to not be so high. I would like it to be a little more level, because if it's too high, you're going to want to just jump up in the air and not want to use your legs as much. And it's going to just kind of set up a wonky orbit, which we're going to see in a little bit. And so here, let's see, there was something else. Yeah, so you should be a little more in a quarter squat here, with your knees over your toes a little more. Like, a great person to watch for like a really nice simple one would be like a Valerie Allman. Because a lot of like pro women do a lot of really weird stuff on their wind. But you know, Valerie Allman's like one of, actually probably one of the few that actually do like a really basic wind and throw far. And far, I mean like 70 plus meters. Obviously she's not the only woman that does like what I would consider a normal wind, but she's just probably has the most video and stuff, and it's just easier to find for you. So yeah, you just need to get a little more weight over this left side here. So right now you're like here, which is fine, but I would like, okay, maybe that's a little too much. Maybe more like here, just to get your sweep out wider. But yeah, this position, I would like you to be a little more level. You're kind of dropping the discus here a little bit, and that's because your left arm is so high. So you need to be a lot more level here. What drops the discus out the back to create the low point out the back is your hips, not your arm. Alright, so you get here. I like that the discus is super far behind you. That's really good. You actually do get a pretty wide sweep here, so that's actually a very nice position here. Left arm, that's fine. Maybe a little too open, but not terrible. Let's see. You actually get a good get off point here. Let's see, where do you land? You actually land pretty decent here. The discus is super far back, which I really like. Maybe the left foot's a little too up here. Like, I usually have a rule for all my athletes to keep the left foot below the right knee. So anything under this line. So yours is kind of above that, which I think causes, yeah, the left foot is really late to the front. Sorry, wait, no. Oops, sorry, not late. Because you do get it down actually very nice. Like, this position is very nice. Actually, forget what I just said. Like, let me actually go back on that. I will say, your left leg is high, which I personally am not a fan of. I do like the space in between your knees, though. And then your left foot actually lands in a pretty decent place. This is not a bad, like, your right side through this whole throw is actually really, really nice. I would like to see that left arm a little more out here. Like, you're kind of throwing this kind of like a shot put with more of a wrap. In discus, you don't really want much of a wrap. You want, like, to be a lot more wide and not be so restrictive with your left arm compared to what you would be in shot put, We'll see if you do that in shot put too. But I would say you maybe are just a little too overactive with your left side. Like, yeah, you're pulling it a little bit here. And what I mean by that is that your left arm is moving faster than your right side. So you're kind of shifting your shoulders just a little bit. Like you see right here, like your right side is lagging quite a bit. Like this would be fantastic position if I don't know your weight room numbers or anything like that, but I don't think you're strong enough to handle that, because now you see, like, the reason why you throw this way instead of straight is because of that left arm just shifting your orbit. Because honestly, your orbit is fine. I would honestly say your discus is maybe a little too far back. I think you're losing a lot of power because of that. And normally for a woman, that's not a problem. But the thing is, because you don't accelerate through the throw as much, this is because of it, probably. Because, I mean, there's a couple reasons why people don't accelerate through the throw. But I think for your case, this discus is just too far behind you. And this is a big problem that males have with the 2K when they first transition, is that they're so used to the 1.6 that when they go from a 1.6 to a 2K, that thing feels so heavy and the discus is so far back that they can't actually physically finish a throw. So I would say this right arm would not be that much of a problem if you weren't already pulling with your left side. So if your right arm was here and your left arm was out here already, this would be an amazing catch position. All right, but you see how your left shoulder is already like trying to rip open, and you're kind of like clinching it in a little bit. That's not what we want, because now you're just pulling it, and you're relying on your left side. Now you do turn very, very nicely. Like lower body wise, this throw is fine, but you see right here, the discus is out of your hand, like here. All right, you should be still facing the sector. Like, yeah, you're looking at the sector, but look at where your block is. So your block is really, really bad. Sorry. Well, okay, sorry. I didn't mean to come across that way. That was mean. It's not ideal. And that's because you're pulling really hard with that left side. So I would work on, the major thing is establishing more of an upper body connection. So being a lot flatter here. So this right arm needs to go up more. So your shoulders should basically just be level the entire throw. All right. As you can see though, they're down here and down here. So your upper body is just really disconnected. And I think that's where you're losing a lot of your power. Because otherwise, your throw honestly doesn't look that bad at all. Like, yeah, there are like a couple things, but not like egregiously bad, except for this upper body stuff. I think if you learn how to fix your upper body, because I think you can block, because you do have this flat left foot, but your shoulders should not be down here. You should be... Let's see. Oops. You should be here, relatively. Like your shoulders should be pretty level here, and attacking out this way instead of that way. And it's because you're pulling, which causes you to lose your block. So now you're finishing there instead of... You should already be finishing by the time you're like here. Like your right arm should be already here, pretty much. And if it's still back here, it could be that would be okay for 1K 1K throw. That's fine. But your block has got to hold here. But you see, because your upper body's so uneven, and like your discus just carries so low right here, like it should be relatively like here. All right, so I would say it starts with the back of the ring. I would say the main thing you should work on is holding your shoulder a little higher, your right shoulder a little higher. So basically, that discus needs to be like up here, because your left arm is the right height. All right, and then you just can't let that discus like drop to your hip. Now it will like drop to create like a low and high point, but not because of your arms. All right, it's because of your hips. And your hips are doing the right things, like through the throw. Like they're fine. It's just you just have such a delayed release, and you're just losing so much power. Like this, if you fix this upper body, this can take you from like a 140 to probably like a 150 plus, just because of that. All right. So I would say that's the main thing to work on. All right. Like here, your discus should still be. Your discus should be like here, and it's like all the way down here. All right. So yeah. I will go make the shot put video now, but yeah, hope you learned something, and thanks for watching. Bye.